Okay, Joe, it's your 90th birthday, and you're almost celebrating your 50th wedding anniversary. Those are two extraordinary milestones. So I'm happy to be here to wish you a happy birthday. Can't wait to congratulate you on your wedding anniversary. You have an extraordinary life partner in Betty, and I want to thank you for always being so kind and gracious to me, and I want to thank you for bringing Arnold to the United States of America. God bless. Happy, happy.
My Yosala, my darling Joe, I'm so lucky to have you. Of course, you're lucky to have me too. You're a wonderful brother. There isn't a mean bone in your body, and you're so good to everybody. I love you so much forever and ever. I hope you're happy tonight. We're celebrating your 90th birthday.
Happy birthday. I got so nervous coming to see you. I lost my voice today. But you can still understand me. You now look better than last year, better than 5 years ago. You look great. And obviously we're going to make the next birthday, the 100th birthday, more.
Happy birthday, Joe. It's so an honor to be here for you. It's just wonderful to see you. Just so happy and so healthy. I'm so glad I've known you for so many years, and you're the best person to be around with.
Happy birthday, Uncle Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe.
We love you. All the best. You look great for 90 years old. I hope we look as good as you when we hit that age.
Yeah, I hope I make it to that age. Okay. You look great, Joe, and
we love you, and all the best to you.
Joe, we really want to wish you a happy birthday. You've been such an important person in our life since probably the 1960s. When I first met you in New York, and Bob, before I did, you are very special to us, and we're so happy to be here tonight and be part of your birthday celebration. We love you, and happy, happy, happy birthday.
Joe, happy 90th birthday. This is such a wonderful and special occasion. You are such an amazing person. You're a genius. You're so brilliant and smart and kind and wonderful. The whole world is different because of you. Because of you, everybody in the world now knows that health and fitness and eating right is important. You have changed the whole world. There wouldn't be gyms, people wouldn't be training if not for you. And me, I love you personally, and that's one of the great gifts that Arnold gave me, is knowing you. Happy, happy birthday, Joe.
Joe, I want to add happy birthday to you. Happy 90th birthday. You've been such a dear friend to us. You've meant so much to us. You've been an inspiration to me personally. We love you very much. We're so honored to be included in your 90th birthday celebration. We just want to say, Charlotte and I, we love you very much. Happy birthday.
Hey Joe, happy birthday. I'm so excited and so honored and proud to be here celebrating your birthday with you. You've been such an inspiration to me growing up and wanting to be physically fit and keeping my body weight down and looking really good, and I thank you so much for that. You're such an amazing person and you've inspired millions, and I'm so grateful to have known you.
Hi Mr. Weider, just want to greet you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We love you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe. Happy birthday to you. That's for sure. Let's see your lung power. Come on now, Joe. Let's see it. I want to see your lung power right now. Let's see. Inhale, big time. There you are. Failure is no option. Go.
This is a good way to gain weight, improve your brain, accomplish nothing.
But it tastes good.
It makes you smile. Chef.
Blow it out. The wax goes down. Blow. Blow. Blow the candle.
Good, good.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe. Let's make a little toast to Joe. Exactly. Franco and I just were talking a few minutes ago of how fortunate and how lucky we are that we have a Joe Weider.
You're right. Yeah.
Because otherwise we would still be stuck in an Austrian farm in an Italian sheep herd organization of some sort. But we were very fortunate that Joe brought us both over here and gave us everything that we needed. If it is making us feel special, which is very important when you're young like we were, giving us the opportunity to go and educate ourselves and to work hard and to become world champions, helping us to actually get into the movie business, because let's not forget, Joe took me to the first interview for a movie for Hercules in New York. I know no one saw it, but you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. But I was like so proud of myself. And I remember that Joe, continuously helped us out in every way, getting us the apartment, getting us cars, getting us money. Joe and I, we just talked about how wonderful it was that when we talk about giving us everything, one of the things, for instance, was I started getting involved in business, and so I said to Joe, I want to have an ad, a double-page ad in his magazine. I said to advertise my own little tchotchkes, lifting belt, t-shirts and booklets and all of those things. And Joe didn't hesitate. He immediately said, absolutely, come over to the office and help us lay out the ad. Well, the ad made an end $2,000 profit. Now that's a lot of money then. And I saved every penny. And when I had I remember $27,000, I went out and I bought myself an apartment building with that money. The money that I made from Joe's magazine. And I was short because the apartment building cost $36,000 down payment. $215,000 the building, but the down payment was $36,000. So I was short of $9,000, I remember. So I went to Joe and I said, Joe and Betty, can you go and loan me the money? Again, with no hesitation. With no hesitation, they gave me the money. And I was a fanatic to pay it back. I paid it instead of a year later, I paid it back 6 months later. Just wanted to prove to them how much I appreciate their generosity. And I then traded up this apartment building, a 6-unit to a 12-unit to a 36-unit and to a 15 to 100. So I went up like that. But because of that, I was never vulnerable in the entertainment business. Because when you are getting into the entertainment business, you have to sometimes, when you have no money and you're vulnerable financially, you have to take any job. I never had to do that. I could really slowly build a career because I had money from real estate, all coming from, starting from the mail order business from Joe Weider. So this is why I'm here today because I never forget, of course, the people that help you in the beginning. Because, you know, later on when you become somebody, then, you know, there's always more people that are there to help you. But Joe was there in the very beginning when I was just a hungry Austrian bodybuilder that was trying to come to America and become world champion and all those things. So Joe, I want to also just say that our relationship has, of course, continuously improved, even though, you know, I'm not a competitive bodybuilder anymore. But when I changed over, for instance, to politics, I mean, who was the first one there sending a campaign contribution? It was Joe and Betty. Both of them sent, and I'm not talking about, you know, the normal limits of $23,000 or $26,000. I'm talking about 10 times that amount of money they, through various different ways, have contributed. So I will never forget that they were the first ones there in the fundraiser. Every single fundraiser I had in Los Angeles, Joe and Betty was right there and helping us with the initiatives. We ran more than 20 initiatives, and we were very successful in 18 and 6 we lost, but I mean, there's a great track record, but Joe and Ben was right there. And so I want to say thank you very much for your great friendship, for your great love, and for your great affection, not only towards me, but also to Maria, and to our entire family, to our children. I mean, the wonderful gifts you always send for Christmas and for their birthdays and so thank you very much, and happy birthday. And I just want to add, it would be wrong for me not to mention your dad. Because let me tell you something, your father was a real gentleman. Maria and I, we talked earlier what an elegant man he always was, and how well-mannered he was, how well-dressed he was, how smart he was, how he worked on strategy and everything from his military background, and how proud he was of you. How many times he talked about you when you were still a little punk growing up and trying to make it. And look what a great job he did. You know, so he was a terrific guy. He had me up there in Canada several times and hosted me up there. We were very, very close friends. So we miss him dearly. I'm sad that he's not around.
Thank you
so
so
let's
much.
also make a little toast to your dad.
Thank you.
The last time he was nervous was...
one of the first things when I met Joe was in Beverly Glen, where they enjoyed the apartment there, and the first time I came there and we left, I remember this like today. Arnold says, did you check Betty? How small is her waist?
Smaller than my bicep. 19 inches waist. My arm was 21 inches then. I remember that.
And then a few months later we met you there. He says, who is that? I said, you know, I would like to take her out. I think Joe will kill us. So that's And then I went to Montreal and I met you as a kid. Like kids, the first time I would see Ben there in the office. And I have to really say how long this relationship's been, and continue it, and they all look good. Flo, you look great. And all the people out there were not born yet. And one of the first people I met also was Bob. Yeah. When he came to California, before he took pictures. He came to move out, and then he met us, and we drove to your building, and Joe says to Bob, where's the camera? Start taking pictures right now. And he came back and took pictures for everybody. So I want to thank you for everything. And we all have a great relation. Maria, I met Maria a few days after he met Arnold. The first time I said, okay, Arnold, I said, Maria is good for you, because she's tough.
Stop now. Go right ahead, Franco, keep going.
And they remember, she can, as long as she, you know, she can go to Mexico. I can always get another wife. But she's staying here now, see?
All right, cheers. That's why I said, let's stop it now. Cheers. Cheers, Joe. Cheers. All of us. Cheers. Cheers, baby.
Happy birthday.
Cheers.
About 40 years ago, I got a letter from you, Joe. And you sent me a letter. You said that come to California to train because you could be a Weider champion because they're Weider superstars. You have Arnold, Franco, and Frank Dane. And you said to me I could be a Weider superstar. And you know, growing up as a kid, I used to worship, you know, Arnold, Franco, and the magazine. I've always wanted to emulate and be like them because of the fact that we had similar fathers. Because I had a father growing up that always taught me how to hate people, how to be jealous of people, how to be envious. But you really taught me how to love people, find the best in people, and not judge people. Like give to people and understand and relate to people. And you're like a father I never had because my father, you know, was a very cruel man, but I gathered from him incredible work ethic. So over the course of time that I came to California, you took me under your wing and you educated me and you taught me how to be a champion. You built my self-esteem and everything. And I always wanted to meet a beautiful blonde in my life. And I finally had the chance to meet a beautiful blonde. And funny to know, in 1975, Carla, my wife, was working in a restaurant. And Arnold came in with a bunch of his friends. And he said, I want your phone number. And apparently they had a conversation and everything. But it's funny that Arnold and you knew Carla before I met her. It's funny how bodybuilding game, how everybody gets to know each other in such a small clique. And it's funny, over the course of time, I've learned to mature because I have to say thanks to you because I never thought 40 years ago that when you'd be celebrating your 90th birthday and having your friend, your peers, and plus wife and friend like us. And it's wonderful because it's very touching because to me you are still ageless. You're still sharp, you still look fantastic. I hope to look good as you when I'm 90, which I think is a great thing.
I hope I'm alive and I'm 90.
And I'm very excited to be here with my friends because the fact that it's 40 years later and still we have the same memories, the wonderful memories, how we cherish these memories, knowing that we have our health and we're still here celebrating your birthday. And Joe, I have to tell you, I really love you and thanks for your support. And my life would not be where it is if it wasn't for you because you changed my life because growing up as a bodybuilder, it was my only path to survive. I had nothing else. My life was you in the magazine. You brought us to life. I didn't have anything else. You saved me because the fact that if I would have gone the other direction would have been negative, but the fact that what you taught me and what I've learned from you how to being with other people, talk to people, work out. I've learned from you how to be better friends with my body, connect the mind with the body. And the fact that it taught me that wonderful discipline to be a champion and apply that to everything else in life. That's why I'm very happy to be successful. And thank you for having the beautiful wife because the fact that thanks to you because I have to give 50% of the credit. So thank you, Joe, I love you. And I'm very honored to be here with you tonight and my friend.
There's not a day that I don't think what my life would have been like had I not come to California. And everything I've learned from you and the ways that you influenced me. And I would say, in all honesty, not a day goes by that some piece of wisdom that you have shared with me or taught me doesn't come into play on a daily basis in some fashion every single day. So I want to wish you a happy 90th birthday and thank you for everything you've shared with me over these 22 years.
For actually my life because there was a day in 1979 when I had lunch with Lou and Joe and I told Joe some things about my relationship with Lou and I said that I was leaving and I was walking and it was over and I was not going to ever be with him again after this lunch and Joe said, no, you can't do that because he's a really good man. You have to trust me that it's true and you have to stay and you have to marry him and have a life with him and have children with him. And by the time lunch was over, I agreed with him.
Yeah, Joe.
I didn't know about matchmaker.
I wasn't liking
Should
Lou's
be a
skill
rabbi.
so much, but I believe in you. That,
Joe's a
I believed you,
matchmaker.
and you were right. You were totally right.
Excellent.
I've known Joe for many years, and I have Arnold to thank for that. I still remember Arnold said when I was working with Arnold, it was a joy, he said, go to Joe Weider and tell him I want to be on the cover. He said, tell him I want to be on the cover of the August issue because my movie's coming out. So I said, okay, I'm going to meet the great Joe Weider. I went, and the very first day I went and I met Joe, and from the moment I met Joe, I just fell in love right then and there. Of course, then I met Betty, and then I fell in love again. But I have to say that Joe and Betty have really taught me how to be a person, how to be a beautiful and generous and loving spirit in the world, brilliant and beautiful. And Joe, you've changed the world. You've changed the world with your with introducing the world to fitness, introducing the world to fitness and health, and how to eat right, and training and cross-training, the whole gym, everything about the gyms, all of that without happening, all the cross-training. And I have to say, Arnold, you've also taught me a great deal. It was a joy to work with you. And it's just been a wonderful experience, and I really am grateful. And I love working with you too, Eric. And it's been just really wonderful. And Franco and Maria, it's just been wonderful. Thank you.
I spoke with Betty a couple of days ago, and as impromptu as Betty is, she said we're having a little casual dinner party for Joe for his 90th birthday, and it's going to be just family and a few other people. And I feel I'm very fortunate to be considered part of the Weider family. We've known Betty and Joe since 1972. They brought us to California because we wanted a lifestyle change, and we sure got one. We came out and got introduced to the world of bodybuilding and met Arnold, Franco, all of the people at the table because of that. Looking around, seeing all of their kids growing up and being part of this evening has been wonderful, and we feel privileged to be part of the Weider family. And we love everyone, and we're just happy to be here, and happy birthday, Joe.